Starting stream. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Not
yes.
again.
People are watching us again.
They like to watch.
I'm gonna
It's
put my
That's
hockey
okay,
cap.
I'm into it.
I'm gonna put my hockey mask on. Oh no, I got a
Invite
hockey stick
Ash.
instead.
Invite GC. Invite Jonas.
Okay, there we go. There's the current one.
Yay, there we go.
Doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
Wait, why can't I? Okay, there we go. It's a good shirt for fishing.
Do you have a flannel?
No, but I wish I did. I'll get the grungy Seattle look going.
There you go. That's a good fishing one. And we are cougar mommy.
You people and your cougar mommies. Oh, well, cougar mommies are cool.
Alright, yep. Okay.
Okay, I am
Okay.
going to go fish at the ocean.
Put
Or
the
actually, no,
buckets
wait.
down.
Pond.
Yes, Legotron. Just kind of a chill fishing stream tonight. To relax before
Okay.
Rick heads off for 2 weeks of pond travel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot you guys are doing that thing.
Yeah. Let me figure out my bait situation real quick.
Where is my? Let's see. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. What's my cash flow looking like? I'm almost to the next rank. Let me just grab a couple.
I'm gonna have to put some hardcore work in for the next 2 weeks too.
Yeah. Where are you guys? Oh, there you are.
I'm
Yeah.
fishing at the pier because I need some ocean fish.
Oh, I went in the drink.
I think I told you this.
That
This
happens.
I think I told you this story once, but when I first met my stepdad, the first thing he tried to get me to do was fishing, and it was
Alpha
pretty
huge
cool at first.
walleye. How much is that worth?
In here.
If it's an alpha, it's probably worth a fair chunk.
You know, Helen took me fishing a couple of times, and I enjoyed the fishing part. I did not enjoy the gutting the
We
fish
hit
part.
330.
Exactly. That's the way I was too.
Like, there's no way to do it apparently that isn't like horrifying.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's always awful.
Yeah, like there's always just like there's no like 1, 2, 3 swipe kind of deal. It's always like, oh, there's the guts and there's the the gonads and there's the God knows what, and
I- And somehow, even my own sister's better at it than I am. Well, I never
yeah,
did it, to be honest, so she's got 100 points ahead of me on that.
Oh yeah.
nice.
Cleaning is always the worst part of fishing.
Right.
To
And it's
be
like you
fair...
can.
Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
go ahead. I was just saying, it's not like you can just, it's not like a butcher where you can just take it to somebody and have them cut it up for you. You got to do it. There's just no way around that. So yeah.
To be fair, I get when I first met my stepdad, he was pretty much that kind of hardcore hunter kind of thing, hunting and fishing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my thing, honestly, because
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to hurt fish. But
I mean,
but I was getting really close to him back then because he was a pretty cool dad.
come on, give me something. I respect folks who can do it, but yeah, it's definitely not for me.
Alpha goldfish.
Nice.
The one thing that because he could probably tell he's pretty much an outdoorsman kind of guy. But the one thing I definitely got in the mood of doing is wood.
Oh, like chopping wood?
Yeah, chopping
Yeah,
wood.
that's pretty good.
Wood.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of that.
I see you trees back behind me. I'm watching you.
It really, it's a lot more of a workout than you initially expect. Like you start feeling it real fast.
Yeah, you do.
A lot
Yes.
of gates for a 3-star.
Unfortunately, I'm not a good chopper, but I know I could do it. But it's just that I've been more of a lugger, the guy that basically stuffs it out in the wheelbarrows and moving around.
That's right.
And that's been my specialty. A lot of people joked at work that GC should have been a mailman because he never stops when it comes to lugging things around. I wonder where all the flash jokes came from, too. I turn it in.
The other problem is I don't really like eating fish. Salmon's okay, but for the most part,
Another
I'm not too big into fish.
5-star.
Yeah, so, like, if I was catching fish, it would probably be for somebody else, you know?
That's fair. There are certain fish I enjoy. Catfish is always pretty good.
Mm.
Most whitefish are pretty nice.
Drakon says, so GC likes wood? Noted. Yes, I do like wood.
GC's from the land of maple.
Mm-hmm.
He is contractually required to like wood,
Mhm.
or else his Canadian citizenship will be revoked.
Oh, come on. Is there
Possibly.
anything inside? Yeah.
And also, as a sort of side effect of doing wood, I realize how much of a resourceful kind of guy I am. I'm not. I don't spend what's needed.
I'll tell you what I really do enjoy. Is like smaller woodworking. I've got
Oh yeah,
I've got
whittling.
yeah, like whittling and like sort of like chiseling and scraping and sanding. I have a small woodworking kit, like the biggest, you know, like I couldn't. I basically got it to like carve like small things, and mostly to just sand down stuff so I could do wood burning practice. And that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun. I haven't really made anything interesting at all. But at some point I'll probably try and do like a cup or something, you know, just something like or an ashtray. I don't know.
One of the funniest things, though, is that tries to teach me that there's always different type of wood. But unfortunately, it's always the same to me. But I try to learn that.
Hey Ray.
Hello there, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
Birchwood, hardwood, trywood.
Hello.
Actually, I'm probably gonna start focusing more on the type of wood out there.
When I
But it
was a
should be
kid,
fun.
I messed around with balsa a little bit. Like I made like a balsa glider. Oh, from a plan. I didn't make it from scratch, but you know,
Oh, balsa.
yeah, balls. I made the balsa glider.
I'm Jonas. I used to play with balls.
Thank you. Used to.
What are you talking
Anyway.
about? Jonas still does
I'm
that.
Jonas. I used to play with cubes.
I mean,
No,
yes.
that's
No, I do
that
that.
one's Ray.
Well, how's everybody
It's
doing?
funny because Q dot.
Oh, I got some big
I
kids.
just thought of the most cursed thing.
That's my
I'm
job.
glad.
Glistening catfish. Ooh.
Okay, this site sucks. I'm gonna move to a different spot.
How dare you?
I don't
Okay.
think Dawn is going to work on this form.
There's nothing for Cougar Mommy to put on or
Right.
take off, for that matter.
Yeah. Ah! What the hell? All right, I want to hold on. I'm gonna. Excuse me, GC. I'm just gonna scoot right past you.
No problem, Label.
I mean, I don't know if there's any like locational factor in how much I get here, if it's just RNG, but
There's
like-
really
Catch more ocean
not,
fish.
but there are like things you can do to kind of increase your chance of catching something. Like if you slowly reel in
that's new.
after you've cast out to the maximum distance, the longer you reel, the higher your chance of catching. And if you have a failed cast, it also increases your chance of catching something on your next cast. So
oh, that's good to know. Let's see. How are we doing on wormies?
like the most
Wait, what
efficient
am I
way to
missing?
like catch things is to cast out to the maximum distance and reel it in slowly. If you don't
Okay.
catch anything by the time you've
Is
like
this
reeled in
a...
fully, just do it again.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Wow,
freshwater
that's a large
and
crab.
a saltwater that I'm missing, and a miscellaneous that I'm missing.
Yep, I fell into
Probably
the ocean.
Weird.
like you do. Actually,
But so
I
many
need to-
fish.
I need
They
to
might
have
be
the ocean,
new, but
I don't think so.
The fishing meta, yes, indeed, right.
It might be like those fish that you can only catch during the rain. I'm pretty sure I've never gotten one of those.
I mean, you've got a few fish I saw that you can only catch during the rain, like the lead sickfith.
Okay.
Is it? All right, let's check out the ocean spot. Oh, it's so.
I think the ocean's pretty good.
grass. Well, let's have a look.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, what the hell? Oh, okay, I fell over.
That happens.
Yeah. All right, let me just park it right here. Let's see what we got.
But some other stories about fishing when I was a kid is that my stepdad, in order to get close to me when I was like, when we first met him, he was like, "Okay, I'm going to enter you in a tournament to show everybody how cool of a fisherman you are." I won 3 tournaments. I started with gold, and then silver, and then bronze. But to be fair, at that time, I was basically getting out of the habit of fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a fishing story, or rather, a not fishing story, because I didn't actually do any fishing. There's a pier in LA called the Santa Monica Pier, which is it's kind of a tourist trap. And I got a what the hell is that? A sunfish. And at the very end, there's a bunch of folks fishing, and Mom was really nervous about me going to the end of the pier, and I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "See those fish hooks? When they pull back to cast them, one of those could get stuck in your eyelid." I'm like, "That's weirdly specific."
My mom,
yes.
I remember saying something like
Right
that
in the
once. I think my mom said something like
I
that
think
once.
I will wear this.
So yeah, I can relate with that. I believe. I had to double check.
It's
Right
just
in the
such-
eyelid.
I mean, like that would be a pretty good probability there. I mean, it's like,
Oh wow.
how often does that happen?
Hello, Stoker.
Hey, Doug.
Hello, Stoker.
Okay, so to pick up where I left off last Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
the thing about the IDW comics,
Oh my god.
There's
Must
not
be
enough
encouraging.
fatal pecs.
I've been holding on to that this whole time because I knew that everyone else would forget and assume that I forgot.
I
I was hoping you would forget.
Listen,
What are we talking
I'm
about
the
again?
destroyer of hopes.
uh,
Oh yeah, so how about that Sally pick?
Oh, that Sally pick. Okay, for those of you who do not know, it is the end of an era. I finally have Sally Alicia Acorn
Is that her middle name?
as. Okay, well, it was in the Penders era.
So you're saying
And you're
I believe
trusting
you're-
that?
You're canonizing Penders.
Well, I
Fantastic.
don't know. I don't know that it came from him. Is the thing. I have to double check that, but
That's fair.
I mean, he was the one who decided that Alicia was her mother's name. That I know, because they had to drop that in the reboot era. But I finally have Sally from the illustrious digital pen of one Richard P. Griffin.
Ah, okay.
It stands for Pelicia.
Yes, it stands for Pelicia. Richard Pelicia Griffin. Richard Paberius Griffin. No, excuse me, it was Piberius.
My theory. How does it feel?
Look, according to the Zootopia people, that's Nick Wilde's middle name.
Nice.
Tiberius.
Yes.
Tiberius, yes.
Yes,
Like
it's on
James
his
Tiberius Kirk, but with a P.
His tax forms or whatever they were.
Yeah, she's like Nicholas P. Wilde, but the P is apparently for Piberius, yes. And Judy's middle name is Laverne.
What?
That's unfortunate.
Did you guys just see how high I jumped?
No, I was
I
over.
did not.
I was over getting bait. Sorry.
Did you step on a blue mushroom?
The
Maybe.
answer is
I
yes.
just-
There's a blue mushroom right there.
Yeah.
let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I did. And I'm in the water.
Stoker
Okay.
and or Ray, do you want to join us or?
Thinking about it.
Okay.
Haven't decided, but I'm thinking.
Okay. Anyway, go on. Ooh.
But yeah, this is the prophesied day. Rick has finally drawn Sally, which means, as I said earlier in the Discord
You need a new
server,
bit.
I either need a new bit or I need to figure out a way to keep this bit dragging on.
Hmm.
I could pivot to Luna.
I've already drawn Luna several times.
I was gonna say, Rick's
you have?
lovely or not.
Yes.
I
Largely stepping on Carrie, but
Oh, I see.
That's
Well,
that still qualifies.
see-
So
see, well, no, that doesn't count because that's not playing to my fetishes.
I see.
Oh, well,
No.
there you go.
it has to specifically be relevant to my interests.
I
Sherry
see,
getting
so-
stepped on isn't your fetish?
You know, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but nope. I know it might give some of you pause to hear me say that. You might experience the agony of defeat.
Not violence, please.
It might not be towing the line.
Okay.
Might be a bit of an arch statement.
Stoker, I feel like you're padding this a bit. Yes, I did.
There you go,
I got
penalty
it.
box.
Foot joke.
Into the Pender's box with you.
Somewhere Carrie's ears
No.
are burning.
Don't call it the Pender's box.
For you
Call it a
specifically, I'm going to.
Ah, it smells like
That's your own
Penders in
problem.
here.
That's something for Miller to set up a different pally box for each of us.
Oh, that would be no. I'm vetoing.
No.
No, I forgot how to join.
Oh,
Rick needs to send you an invite.
I might get Rick to
Yeah.
try.
Is this a thing that's on Steam or is it literally a web thing?
players.
No, there's a Steam. It's called
Yeah.
Webfishing.
yeah, and it's FTP.
I am not seeing you online, Ray.
Because I'm not online.
That would be why.
There we go.
You said it's free to play. The Steam
There you
version
are.
is
Oh,
$4.99.
No.
I'm sorry. It's not. No, I was thinking of another game.
Yeah, no, it's $5, but it's like actually well worth the $5.
There's a Ray.
His name was Ray. He's here today. That's it.
That's good.
That was a song.
It was a thing.
A song has happened.
It has.
On this rainy day.
This song's just 6 words long.
Blood and darkness.
I appreciate that you kept it 6 words.
long.
Where's got the antlers?
It's not my song. That's one of the parody songs of one Alfred Matthew Yankovic.
Alfred.
That's his name.
No,
Listen,
no,
I'm just throwing out everybody's middle names today, apparently.
Oh.
But what's yours?
Batsworth.
Okay. Stoker Batsworth Stokington.
It's Bramwell.
No, it's Stokington.
Oh,
Okay, fine. It's
What?
Stokington.
he's been Novo Rich now.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to.
Stoker is everyone's mom today.
Reminds me, I have some thumbnails to post to the Patreon devoted to Penelope Samantha Fenmore.
Now you're just making shit up.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Why would I know anything about Penny?
Exactly.
You could have just made it up right then, and we wouldn't know. So.
On anything?
Are they of Sunderwing?
Sunderwing.
Hang on, which folder do I... Okay, it's development.
Oh, there it goes. Jesus. I got a leech. A leech?
Congratulations on your leech.
Does that just like add to my bait supply, or is it?
Nope, that is a fish you can sell.
Uh,
Or put in the aquarium if you're so inclined. But,
you guys ever heard?
like,
Go ahead.
why would you want to? Just sell
This
it.
one's just 6 words long.
You guys ever heard of lancelets?
Of what?
Lancelets, Lancelets.
Nope.
Okay, so there are these things that are fish-like. They're like halfway between fish and worm, and like they look like fish, but they don't have any eyes or like fins or anything. They're just these little wormy things.
So like an eel?
But yeah, but they don't have any eyes. Like they're just super primitive little eat holes. You know, like they're literally just like, you know.
I'm sorry, they're what now?
I was gesturing. I was gesturing and making like eating noises, like, you know. They just.
I see.
Yeah. No. Basically, nature's disgusting. That's the point. That's the moral of the
I
story.
mean, that is not incorrect. Lancelets. Interesting.
Oh, I know.
Hello,
I'm
Miller.
into here, and I hear Ash talking about land sluts.
Lancelets.
Lancelets. I was continuing my obsession with disgusting sea life because it's a fishing game.
Yeah, you know, Jonas, he just loves to talk about disgusting sea creatures.
But you know me, I am prone to talking about land sluts.
Oh.
Are you going to be joining us, Miller?
Probably not.
Okay.
No. I'm surprised you're still up, honestly.
I was asleep, and then somebody needed me to answer their questions.
So wait a minute,
Who?
you were asleep and someone communicated to your brain while you were asleep?
Somebody tried to call me on Discord, and that woke me up. I was like, oh god, I need to...
Mm.
You know, there's this great thing called airplane mode.
Wasn't me.
I very frequently.
Gears says, I needed answers.
Oh, okay. No, I very frequently. I'm very very strict about like putting the phone down and making sure nobody can reach me after a certain point. It's just like, nope, whatever it is. If it's unless it's an emergency, you know, this is me
My
time.
phone
It's
is
just
silent between 12:30 and 10.
smart.
That's understandable.
It's raining in the northeast, by the way.
My phone,
Yes, it is. I see the rain cloud up there.
All right, hang on, let me.
my
I thought
phone.
You were like saying an activation phrase. You're like, it's raining in Chutzpah.
I always turn my phone off at night. It just wakes me up with the alarm.
My phone.
Today is Friday in California.
My phone.
Huh?
It is April Fool's
Lives.
right now.
My
gonna
phone
break
lives. I'm just gonna talk over the next person. My phone lives permanently in vibrate. I never take it off.
I don't either. I have sounds turned on, like,
Unfortunately, every so often I need to take a call. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't bother.
I have
every so often I need to take a call too, but I just don't.
Oh,
yeah, every so often I will turn on, or like for specific instances, I will turn on like the ringtones for people, but largely my phone is just on vibrate.
Oh, you millennials. Back in the day, we took every single call, and if they made fun of us, we just nodded and said, yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Well, I mean, back in your day, it was just cans and strings, right?
Yeah, I really thought you were gonna be like, we took every call to our landline because that's all we had. We always had to like call somebody and be like, "Is person name home?"
Yeah. And
Yeah,
we'd be
I
like,
remember that. I was.
we'd be like, so-and-so residents.
You'd be like, I need to make a call, so you need to get off the internet.
Ah, yes. Those
we-
were the days.
We got around that. We eventually got around
I think
that.
I remember that being a thing once.
I convinced Mom to get a
before
second
those
line.
got separated.
I
So
convinced Mom.
convinced mom to get a second line.
I convinced her to get a second line, and then when she realized it was just letting me be online like a little too much, she would just take away the
That's a catch ray.
What ray catch?
A goblin shark. It looks
You
like.
can probably see it from where you are.
It's very big.
Oh, I love goblin sharks.
Those are the ones that they can like extend their skull outside of their head or something.
Yeah, xenomorph style, kind of.
They're pretty awful. It's true.
I know. I love them.
They're terrible. It's great.
Ah,
Exactly.
see, you get me.
Catch koi? When did I do that?
dogfish.
I mean, you've been largely fishing in the lake, so.
All right, there's a dogfish. There's a catfish. Is there a mousefish? Is that a thing?
I guess if we throw gears into the lake, maybe.
All right, cool.
Gonorrhacus, aka the mousefish.
I'm sorry, did you say Gonorrhacus?
Gonorrhynchus. Gonorynchus.
That sounds like something you'd never want to catch. I get it, cause fishing. Yeah, okay. All right.
Where's Jonas so I can push him in a lake?
Sir.
I think he's by the lake.
Nah, I'm over about.
Common names for the fish include mousefish, ratfish, sandfish, and sand eel.
Out by the lake.
It stretches from South Africa all the way to Japan.
That's a big fish.
That's
Oh,
almost as
Jonas,
big
he's
as
so
Rob
silly.
Oh.
You're such a card.
Such
I was being the
rules
Joker.
card.
No, I'm Rules card. Oh God, I can't wait to see what's coming up
yeah.
for
No,
him
you're
in
a
the next
joke.
chapter.
God,
His name is Stoker. He was the Joker.
You know, now we're gonna have Ash.
Oh,
and,
Stoker. You should go look at Scryfall.com right now.
Look at what?
Ow.
Scryfall.com. Scryfall.com is a website that allows you to look up magic cards. Their front page right now has all the magic cards as Balatro cards.
Oh, that's fantastic. Speaking of this year's April Fool's jokes, has anyone been to E621 yet?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't
Because
know what that is.
you know what E621 is, you burb.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So far,
Certainly wasn't
this-
on there 30 seconds ago as part of answering a question.
so far of the April Fool's jokes I've seen, this is my favorite one this year.
That's honestly.
It was a pretty good one, yes.
Rye is like, what the hell is a website?
Us on the internet couldn't be.
Yeah.
I've never been on the internet in my
um,
life.
Mm-hmm.
Until now.
Hello Kitten.
I don't even own a computer.
Well,
I don't even. God, God,
Go
I
on,
made
Stoker,
myself
what
think.
don't you
No,
do?
I made myself think of a recent The Onion headline, which was about conservatives getting rid of their keyboards because they realize they can be used to type the word trans.
Uh,
Come on, anything? Anything? No, nothing, Bobcast.
well, just cast again.
No.
But
I'm protesting.
Oh, well, you'll never catch anything if you don't throw your fishing pole into the ocean.
The system's broken.
the whole
They joined the chat. Right out into the sea.
Oh, sounds like we just got a meteor.
Ooh.
yeah.
Working-
Sometimes a meteor comes down and you can fish out of it,
Yep.
and there's a special fish just for that. But I already
Wow.
got that fish, so
I probably.
I
haven't
also already
that
got
fish.
that fish.
Where
Got a
did
hammerhead.
that meteor land? See?
It usually lands like right behind the
Fish
hub.
Is this something that we need to? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out too. Actually,
did you just catch a giant manta ray?
I did.
first I need to sell my fish.
Okay, I think we need to
That said, only one
establish what
person
you mean
can...
by giant here, because manta rays normally are about 40 feet across.
What? That one looked a bit.
Yeah.
Wait, who's that? Oh, hi, Crystal.
Hey,
Hello,
Crystal.
Crystal. But yeah, only one person can
wow.
fish from the meteor, so...
We fishing?
Oh, there
We
were.
fishing.
That reminds me, there were two things I wanted to comment on tonight regarding like big has hell frozen over news. One is, of course, Rick finally doing a Sally doodle for me. But the other is that, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard about this at this point, Coyote versus Acme is going to be released.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
Can't believe Heinz bought the rights to
Yeah, I know,
I've
right?
heard-
to me.
Out of every possible company.
Like the ketchup company?
Yes, the company that bought it is
Yeah.
called Ketchup Entertainment.
Yes.
Oh.
See, they're the ones
I'm making this
who-
thing called a joke. I don't know if you've heard of them before.
No,
I've
jokes are
never
illegal.
heard a joke before.
Hmm.
Not in this.
Rick
climate.
has no sense of humor, only a sense of serious.
It's true.
No, they're the same people who released The Day the Earth Blew Up, which I just saw actually last Thursday. I finally got around to seeing that. And apparently it did well enough that they decided that they could make an offer for Coyote versus Acme, and Warner Brothers accepted it. So here we are.
I mean,
Yay.
simple
Once again,
enough
they
when
also
you
think that
buy the
Brothers is-
movie for significantly less than it cost to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see that meteor anywhere.
Yeah, where is it?
Do I need a code to join?
I need to invite you.
Yeah, Rick needs to.
Silver Spotlight said you walked right past the meteor. It may have despawned by now, or somebody may have...
Wait, who walked past?
Oh, are there meteors in this
Also,
game now?
Stoker, I linked you an image
Upper
of
pond
There have been
there.
for a while.
what the
Crystal.
website looks
Are we talking
like.
about the ones that land in the river? Never
Yes.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
I appreciate the nickel bolus in the pixely Belatro style. It's
Oh.
very good.
I know, right?
The Nico
That's gonna
Bola?
be the next secret lair.
There it is.
What do you mean
Okay.
next ticket? They already did that. They did the fucking Fibblethip one, where it was Fibblethip like in the video game fighting Nicol Bolas. That was already a secret lair.
Your secret lair.
There. Opulent unidentified fish object.
I will never
What
become a
the
secret
fuck?
lair. You cannot contaminate me like that.
Hey, Rick.
Hello.
Yeah, Miller is a bird. Miller is a proud layer.
Oh.
Hmm.
Uh.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
I stand behind what I said.
You stand behind Miller, though.
Not when he's laying.
Hello?
Yes.
No. Whoa.
No.
No.
No, whoa.
Ooh.
Doo-woo.
I've only ever bought one
Ooh.
secret lair. And it was the left-handed one they did for April Fool's like 3 years ago or something.
That's funny. Left-handed people aren't real. Whoops.
It's because one of the
Didn't mean
cards
to
in
do
there was a
that.
commander I was building at the time, and I was trying to foil out the deck.
Yes, they actually
And so I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll get this special printing.
changed it so that so does stack.
Oh, like real caffeine.
Yeah.
I mean, in your inventory, not effectively.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, sodas now will, like, stack.
We can actually
Instead of
keep them in
having
your
to have-
hot bar.
Instead of having, like, 20 billion individual soda cans.
Yeah, it means you don't need to drag each one into your hot bar to use it. You just, like Rick said, keep them stacked together. It's much easier to buy them and use them in bulk.
Yes.
I guess I have to drink the ones I already have because I don't seem to have a way to stack them.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
Can you not
Probably
drag them onto each other to build up a stack?
No.
No, probably pre-existing ones wouldn't, but...
Remind me again, where do I get wardrobe? Like,
the possum girl next to the big frog guy.
In the
Oh.
main
Or
building.
Do you
by,
mean-
like, fishing up treasure chests.
right.
Do you mean how do you get more of it, or how do you use it?
How do I get more?
Yeah, fishing or the possum girl.
Okay, let's. I got a little cash. Let's get
wow.
get decked out.
Did you just... Were you about to say... just
Was
get
anyone
dicked
here
out?
a McElroy podcast listener? I listened to Mbam when I drove to college. So that was 5 years ago.
I don't
The
know.
only
what
McElroy
is.
things I heard were the ones that were animated by We're the Kids.
Hmm.
Wait a minute. Oh.
All right. Purple flannel, green skin. What color beanie do I want? I have no sense of fashion.
Well, you are from
Burgundy.
Okay. Okay.
California. That would track.
Shush. All right.
California's not real.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like Canada.
Kind of. Where's my clothing?
A question I often have to ask the next morning.
It's in your backpack. If you hit tab, there are five sections you can go through. The middle one is your clothing.
Nice.
There we go. All right, now I look very Seattle.
Oh, that disappeared. Oh well.
Wait, how'd you get out there?
The blue mushroom next to where Rick is standing.
That you bounce.
He did it very, very carefully.
All right, let me check
It
the
takes like it
Why?
takes a fair bit of luck to
Aw. Oh.
like
you have to have
position
like
yourself properly.
yeah. You have to have like the right momentum and pull back just the right amount.
I have not figured out how to get out to the rock.
I have done it
Oh.
once, I think.
All right, hang on.
It's
I
very
think I also
precise.
only did it once.
Screw it.
It's not worth it anyway, particularly
That's
because
the
the only way to get back is to die. So
Just like real life.
and there's no benefit to fishing out on the rock anyway.
Just
Other
like
than
real
that,
life.
So, Ray's just being.
Ray's just being Ray.
Yes,
Ray's
he was
just
just
rocking out.
raying.
Okay, I thought maybe there would be like some kind of like secret advantage.
No, not really.
No, he's just styling on you.
Just like life.
Yeah.
Wait, do these stack?
Joker's just getting eaten by a horde of weasels, just like real life.
Does what stack?
The different buff stack, yes.
Oh yeah. Like you can't drink the same soda to get like an extremely extended buff, but you can drink multiple sodas to get all of their buffs.
Trust is
Just like,
rating.
okay, anyway.
Well, I meant
I trust.
Hello,
Hello,
Trust.
trust.
I trust.
Hello!
No, I meant the size ones.
Oh
They
yeah,
stack
those
up
ones
to 3
stack.
times.
Yeah, three times in either direction.
So you can be tiny or big.
So there's 7 sizes you could be.
You could be slightly large.
Lorg.
Org.
Actually, now you say that about like you can't chug the same soda
See a
again
whale
and
over
again.
there.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it.
yeah, I imagine you can.
Alright.
I imagine a lot of people can see it.
Kind of wonder
I
if
don't know.
Slap
that would
it right in
work
my
as a
face.
game mechanic. If it's like, oh, I chug a potion, I get 1 times effect, and it
Well,
has
okay.
a
There's
double
whale.
duration.
I
I
don't
see
know.
If I
whale.
chug a second potion, I get double effect and half duration.
Oh gosh.
That is indeed a whale.
It's putting that away.
Just put it in your pocket, yeah.
Just shove the whole thing in my pocket, it's fine.
Hammer space, baby. Where else do you think I
Rays.
put all my
Watching
hammers?
Ray attempt to get back onto the rock. Almost.
Yep.
Where exactly is your hammer space, Miller? Is this like your elemental gate?
Yes. Don't ask where I hide all the metal when I'm not using it.
Hey, Miller!
What's up, Stoker?
Where do you hide all the metal when you're not using it?
Oh, you know, in my gate.
Kitchen drawer. There's one on the right.
Well, there's
Right
another
under the
meteor that
microwave.
just landed.
Yar.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't caught the unidentified fish,
I am
you can go
definitely
find the
gonna-
meteor and catch it now.
Go look for that
Find fish
meteor.
object.
Who was meowing?
I don't know, GC. Of all of us here, who would be meowing?
Me and actually.
Actually, it could be you or Rick right now.
Meow.
Yeah. He said meow.
How dare you, Rick?
It has been 0 days since Rick said meow.
That is an accurate statement.
I don't know why everybody's names aren't showing up for me.
Oh, that's weird. Like you don't see them above the.
Oh, that's
I see
weird.
I see-
Yours isn't showing up for me either. I see your title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your title, but not the name.
When you joined, the message in the chat just said "space joined the game."
Yeah,
I
and
did-
that's the
I
same for all
did-
these level ups. It just says blank ranked up to whatever.
Yeah, I didn't even see Crystal join.
I thought Crystal joined, but
Wait a minute. Does the meteorite make a bunch of
Someone's
bubbles?
got an error name.
It's like a.
It's
like a-
everybody.
So, GC, the meteorite looks like a brown rock floating in the water somewhere. It's usually in the river behind the hub, but it can show up in any freshwater body.
Does it make bubbles?
The bubbles
it
are
has-
another thing.
It does
No,
like
the bubbles are something
emanate
entirely different.
something.
Yeah, you are looking for like a very noticeable brown rock.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a brown rock just slightly sticking up above the water with a couple of ripples around it.
Okay. I thought I found it, but it was basically a rock with bubbles boiling all around it.
I am not convinced that.
Was
all
it
you guys-
brown?
Yes.
Then that was
Then
it, probably.
That was the one you were looking for.
Need to
Okay.
cast directly on top of it.
Or past it and like pull your.
Service pilot says the
Follow
rock is
back
smoking.
over.
Was it smoking or was it bubbles? Are you confusing
Bubbles.
the two? Okay.
like bubbles come straight into the air.
Hunter fish.
And let's see. Oh, that's right. I got chests. I didn't even think about opening them yet.
If we end up playing this every now and again, I'll make.
I'm sure we will.
I'll make like hick outfits for all of us, like the Huck Finn overalls with the one thing, with the
Fishing
one thing
tubers.
Yeah.
The one thing.
The strap that's like
one
broken.
thing to rule them all.
Yeah, I know
played
that.
this
I
quite
just
a
don't
bit.
know the one thing.
Jonas,
What?
I need to give you the trailer, the teaser trailer for South of Midnight. I need you to put me in that Rick Garvey outfit.
Oh my god.
Yoink.
South of Midnight. Why does that name sound familiar to me?
That is the
It looks-
Xbox game that is upcoming that we talked about it in Greg's server a while ago about it being a game that you could describe as voodoo punk.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hi,
I think I've heard
Dean.
of this.
How are you doing? I didn't know you were hanging out in here.
Does Secret of Monkey Island count as voodoo punk?
Gasp.
Is that Tyroy?
It's a
It is.
Tyroy. Who else would
That's it.
whistle?
Hello, Ty.
It's my number.
That's how I knew.
There we go.
Hello, Ty. Yes, we can
hello.
hear you, honey.
My name is Tyroy. I'm a mouse. Squeak.
You are.
And you
That's
His
Gosh.
name is Tyroy. He is a mouse.
Squeak.
That
That's it.
was
That's the whole song.
and that whiskey
The couch is getting a little full.
and that whistle just now was
That's
a
fine.
perfect
It's very cozy.
Super Mario World whistle.
Mario.
Mario.
Wait, more distinctly, do 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 do. And a little
Oh, that's like the
whistle at the end.
freaking
Yeah, I
map.
think Tyroy also showed up without a name.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, everybody.
It's
did.
showing up on
Actually,
mine.
it says Ty. Ty joined the game for me. It says Ty joined the game.
Yes, it's
I have space.
both Crystal and Ty showed up for me just fine.
It's
Okay.
borked.
Legitimately does not matter. So
Just as Toy
The
joined
game's trying to separate us into teams.
Clearly, shirts versus skins.
Yeah. Now you're talking my language.
Tats versus gnats.
About fur though.
See, what I prefer is shirts versus shorts. Which is to say, one of the team
Huh.
got no pants.
Yeah.
He's caught in a loop.
Pepper's always caught in the loop.
Yeah, Rye says pants versus, and then everybody else is on the other team.
How dare you guys leave me on
Just a
this team?
single pair of pants.
Just the pants. It's like the Fresno Nightcrawlers. They're just pants.
Yeah, that one is always kind of
Cool.
funny to me. It's just him pants.
Rick, I think I realize which freshwater fish you're missing. Have you caught the golden trout or carp or whatever the hell it is?
I think I did.
Isn't there the really
Golden
rare
bass,
one?
got it. Yes.
The golden bass, yeah. Okay, so it's not that one then.
Now the one that I was missing apparently was the koi. Because
Well, don't be coy about it.
yeah,
Lol.
I'm missing a
Okay.
saltwater fish and a miscellaneous.
Yes.
But
Oh,
we can't
yeah.
trade.
I know we talked about actually versus Coyote a few minutes ago.
I
also
see a
found out
Thor. Hello, a Thor.
Hey, Thor.
They're apparently bringing back the critic too.
Hi, Thor.
Wait, the John Lovitz critic?
No, Jay Sherman's the critic.
Well, I know. Yeah.
John Lovitz was the voice.
Well, yes.
Oh, sorry. Wow, wow. I
That
went
was the-
blank.
That was the late night cartoon that wasn't actually a funny cartoon that had all the scribbly outlines.
You might be thinking of Dr. Tran.
Wait, hang on. What did they say they're bringing back? I missed that part.
Critic.
Jay
The
Sherman.
critic, really?
Yes.
Did not have that one on my bingo card.
Right?
Neither did I.
Though I guess I should have, considering that it's one of those many cartoons that is actually the source of a popular internet thing to say.
My book. Okay.
No, the one I'm thinking of is, and nothing of value was lost.
Yep.
That was
I didn't realize.
Yes.
Yeah, that comes from the critic.
I remember watching a few episodes of that show at the very least.
Oh, holy shit. South of Midnight comes out in a week.
Oh, damn.
There was one gag on the critic that I remember because it was the sort of fucking thing that I would write. Where do you remember Duke? That he was blonde and kind of brawny, and he had the mustache.
Yes.
Yeah, the Schwarzenegger character.
Yeah.
The guy that we used to joke was Hulk Hogan.
There was one gag where for some reason he had a giant effigy of himself that like on top of his building that talked. It was like, all hail Duke. Duke is life. And like the pigeons would fly into the mouth of the thing, get crushed. And like and then Duke is like and then Duke's explaining this, he's like, pigeons are attracted to the sound of my, and then a pigeon flies into his mouth.
Another meteor?
He just chews on
It was. We're getting a lot of those.
You're right. That's very Jonas code.
The scene that a lot of people
Okay,
don't talk about
apparently
is in my
putting
mind.
these on top of each other does not work very well.
We have a full couch, and now we have a full snout.
Can you have that on Twitch?
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We have it right now.
Sit on Snick.
It's just Warner Brothers style, where like you just see the outlines of us inside the Sarah's stomach, like that. Anyway,
You can't
yeah?
see the expression I'm making, but I do hope you can feel it.
See, you say that kind of style, but the thing I'm thinking of is the episode of Simpsons where they went to Brazil, and then like at the end of the episode, Bart was eaten by a snake, and he's like, "Look at me, Samba from inside." He does that thing where you just see the outline of him inside the snake.
Gears, you know exactly what happens when snouch.
there's snooching. I don't know.
You know.
Can't.
Says, yeah, if I'm under the couch, what happens with Snouch? And Legatron just replies, I imagine in this way, suffocation.
No breathing.
God, I remember I had a sensei.
You had a sensei?
Well, no, actually, technically he was a Sifu.
I had a sensei. This is Divining Top.
It was a Sifu, and he would play that song during warm-ups. I'm serious.
And then one day you had to kill him and you never explained why.
Yeah,
You took kung fu?
No. He actually taught this mixed method. It was called a Kaji Kenbo or something like that. And he offered to this is the story. This is when I worked at the Oops store, and he came in there, and you always knew he was gonna be. You could tell before he arrived because you could smell like Axe body spray like wafting in the door.
Gross.
He gifted me like 3 of the knives that I have, and he.
What a sentence!
We can call you Jonas Three Knives.
But no, he was awesome. He taught the kids it turned out that his dojo wasn't that far from where I was living back when I was in Muscati. And he offered, because I was close by, he was already teaching like the neighborhood kids how to do this stuff. He was like, you want to just come by and maybe practice a little bit? I'm like, all right, sure. I never. It was very informal. Like I didn't stick around because I just didn't have the discipline. But it was yeah. What was the point I was making?
Oh,
I don't know. Was there one? Listen to me talk.
We thought you were at a...
We often don't have a
kung
choice
fu.
in that regard, Stoker.
You know you love it.
Ty ranked up to rank 2. Ty, aren't you like rank 1 billion?
New
Probably.
computer.
No. Well,
Or
my save
new
file wasn't
save
there,
file
so I don't
potentially.
freaking know why. So I don't care either, really. So
It doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
catch little fish.
What is camped here?
Camped here
I mean-
like unlocks new stuff for you to purchase.
I'll put a little bit into that.
I see rain clouds.
I can just play this by myself, right? Like if
You
I-
legitimately could just like turn it on and like fiddle with it at some point during the day. I've done that many times. It's very good for just like chilling and doing something in the background.
Who's Scout?
You know I wouldn't be able to chill with this game. If I was playing it offline, I would spend like 3 or 4 hours trying to find a way to automate it.
Uh-huh.
Miller.
You know, like someone having fun.
Miller, that's what that's what your buddies are for.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say, and I don't know why, Miller, that's what your butt is for.
That's for.
That's what your butt is for, Stoker.
Automating?
Yes.
Okay, I need to ask something. Do furries
Yes,
make
Jonas.
this game? Because
Did
I'm looking
furries
at-
make this game about animal people fishing?
okay, no, I was shopping through accessories and I saw something that said collar, and then underneath it says puppy coded, and in parentheses it says kitten coded.
First of all, that's not even necessarily furry at this point. Second of all,
Yes, there's
Yes,
some
it is.
kink stuff in the store you could get.
this game like has 1,000,001 references to like trans, queer, and non-binary stuff.
Okay, come on, you know this stuff goes right on my head.
Yeah, well, you know what? Get taller.
Like him short. He's good that way.
I'm shorter than like all of you.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I'm like taller than all of you.
True, actually, it always not unsettles. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's always surprising to me when I meet someone who's taller than me.
It's always terrifying because then you have to battle.
Yeah,
See,
no, yeah.
everybody, I'm just unsettling. You heard it here from
That's
Stoker.
not what I was trying to say.
That's legitimately what you said, though.
Oh my god! Oh,
Can't
Hi,
fix
Kit.
it now, Stoker.
Yes.
What's done is done.
oh my god!
He's stamping his little bat feetsies.
Wow.
Oh, you got
It's true.
You can't stamp your little bat feces when you're hanging upside down.
Just
That's a good way to
on the
fall on
One
your
at a
head.
time.
Was that a fucking Anomalocaris?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's doing its best.
Yes.
Yes,
Kitten.
Kitten. I am quite tall. I am 6'4" plus.
Yeah, Crystal is tall.
I'm sized.
Crystal is big mommy.
Crystal is sized and shaped like a friend.
Yes,
Yeah.
but no. Okay, how tall are you, Ash?
I'm like 5'6".
Oh,
God.
teeny.
Wow.
Yes, Short King.
Yeah, like I have heard all of your heights. You are all taller than me.
I'm
Except
only.
maybe GC.
I can't
visited-
remember my height again. I think it was a 5'8" or 5'9".
So yeah,
Okay,
all
so
of you.
I'm a.
I visited you, Ash. I did not get small vibes from you. Like my brain didn't feel that. I don't know.
Wait, am I the shortest in the Roo Croo?
Ash was wearing platform shoes.
I thought you were like 5'8", Jonas.
Yeah,
I am
Jonas,
fine.
I don't remember you being terribly. Yeah, Ash just said that they were 5'6".
Oh, that's right. That's right. That literally just sorry.
Six is smaller than 8.
Okay, no, look. I was looking at the fish. The fish were in my eyes. Okay, the fish were in my eyes.
Miller's not
Why are you
terribly tall
fishing
either.
with your eyes?
Although, yes, people can have small vibes, just like you.
I was at the pier and the fish hook got stuck in my eyelid.
Well,
Stairs.
What are we playing, Stardew again? What do you mean stairs?
No, we can't be playing Stardew. You know why?
Space boots. I'm sure.
There's no
Astolfo.
space, booze.
space.
Astolfo,
There's
small and
booze.
powerful, like a kitty cat with claws.
There you go. Oh my god.
Yeah, like a kitty cat with those little plastic things glued onto your claws.
Oh, thanks, Dean. I appreciate that.
The world's deadliest cat, like this tiny little kitten-sized thing.
No, the rain is leaving.
They do that.
There goes the rain again.
I was saying earlier that like one reason I'm really looking forward to Deltarune 3 and 4.
Yes.
One reason I'm looking forward to Deltarune 3 and 4 is because we have a much bigger cast now. We've got like Ty, and we've got Mark.
I love Deltarune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can really we can spread out the voice roles a little bit.
Oh my god, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah. No, that was like one of our big highlights when.
Oh yeah,
it came out.
Those are coming out in theory tomorrow.
Well,
Wait, what?
Always tomorrow.
That's the joke. It's always coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Well.
I know.
It's as big as a whale.
Holy shit.
Goofy level on Deltarune is like perfect for this group. I feel like it's just max Goofy.
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be. Awesome. Yeah.
I refuse to surrender the roles of Queen or Rules card.
Okay, for the record, Queen is my favorite character, hands down.
They're
the best. Yeah.
Yes, those two roles belong to me now and forever.
Yeah.
The only one the only one I distinctly remember was what was his name? Jester?
Jevel?
Jevel? Spadeface?
Oh no, that was Lancer.
Lancer, yeah. Lancer.
Yeah, that one was yours, wasn't he?
Yeah, that guy.
It took me some convincing, but I'm glad I got Rousey.
Yeah, Rousey fits for GC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember...
GC is Rousey, Susie is Rick. Who was
Chris, where the fuck
Who was
are we?
Noelle? I don't remember who Noelle was.
I was nobody.
Right.
Do you still have
You
videos,
were
like recordings of that playthrough?
Yeah.
Ty needs to waste more time.
See, I remember.
I
still remember.
For you.
Oh, sorry. I remember when we were talking about it back then. Stoker wanted to be Rousey because he played Goat Boy in the original.
Oh yeah, I was Flowey and Azrael in the first in Undertale.
Mm-hmm.
I've already mentioned at the time. If he got Rousey, I was gonna try for Susie, but
you were like, if he got Rousey, I was probably gonna kill him.
Fair.
Wear his skin. Pretend to be Stoker from now on.
Eat chalk.
Eat chalk, yes.
Eat chalk.
That is a thing Stoker does.
I'm well known for my love of chalk.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the get the banana, Chris. Get the banana.
Potassium.
Did not get that.
Discord is not letting that come through at all, Stoker.
He's clapping so hard.
Discord is too weak for my voice, okay?
Clearly.
Look, you
Just go to your
don't
auto
need to
settings.
screech it, okay?
That's Queen, though. What are you
being
talking
that
about?
loud.
Yes, he does.
We
I'm
don't
not
need your
even being that
echolocation.
loud.
It's not about the volume, it's about your pitch.
Yeah, because I'm hitting pitches too high for Discord to hear, apparently.
If you turn off the noise suppression, can we get 100% Stoker?
I hope
I would have to turn off. I'd have to turn off
turn it up?
noise suppression, I think, or
That's how that works.
would Stoker have
I
to?
don't think so. No, Stoker
Well,
would have to. It's
okay, where
about
is
the
it?
outgoing signal.
Okay.
Okay, where is it?
probably in
Or
voice and sound.
Yeah, voice and sound.
Stoker, a word of caution before you do that. You might want to turn down your gain a little bit on your microphone.
Holy crap.
Because And you want to.
What'd you catch?
An alpha large whale.
Ooh,
Nice.
Okay. Is it automatic? Is it input sensitivity?
It should say noise suppression.
Yeah, there should be no suppression.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's on standard. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of
I set it to none. And you said I might want to turn my gain down a little bit?
Well, that, and you might want to, like, if you have anything like voice meter, then disable that. Because you can sometimes get really nasty
have anything
feedback.
like that.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, then you should be good. Just be prepared to mute if it starts buzzing or something.
Okay, so I've turned it down to 69%.
Hey.
Do I sound okay so far?
Yeah.
At the moment.
So far.
Okay. All right. Let's find out if it's going to cut me out now, okay?
Test vigorously.
All right. Potassium!
That
That mostly came through.
It mostly came through. There's a little bit like right at the peak where it cut out, but
Okay, so I am still too powerful.
Yeah, you are.
I guess. Yeah.
You might want to like step back from your microphone a little bit.
Yeah, I do that. I do that sometimes. Okay, we're gonna do one more try. Okay, stepping back. Potassium.
there you go.
Nailed it. Wow.
That came through.
There's not much I can do because of the head. With the headset, the furthest I can put the boom mic away is like a couple of inches.
Right.
Chris, get the banana.
Amazing.
I want to play.
Those fools.
I'm gonna have to review the old playthroughs just because, like, I don't remember
The voices.
Let me hold on. Let me see if I have the cast list.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
There it is. I have the cast list.
Silver Spotlight says, now it sounds like the audio isn't getting cut off by noise suppression, it just sounds like the mic pickup is dropping out. Usually what happens if the gate and gain are both too high together.
Oh, okay.
We may have to experiment with this later, Jonas.
Yeah, it'll probably take some fiddling to like get it correct.
You probably won't put your noise suppression back on, Stoker.
Oh, really?
Unless you intend to screech at us some more.
I mean,
there isn't a lot of. I'm not really getting any noise through, but.
No, yeah.
No, I'm not either. It's honestly fine.
Yeah, that's because I'm in a pretty quiet environment.
That's nice.
I mean, I'm not even at the end of the house anymore that's close to the train tracks. I mean, have you noticed how seldom you've heard train horns?
Oh yeah.
I miss your train friend.
I'm at the complete opposite end of the house now.
I assumed you had just like destroyed the train finally in retribution.
Suplexed it into submission.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, Final Fantasy VI reference.
Yeah. I had to find where the train was nesting first. I followed its tracks, and bam.
Can't say that. It's my thing.
Stoker,
Jonas.
you're going to get sued for copyright infringement.
Okay, fine. Send me an accidental cease and desist like Wizards of the Coast allegedly did to that one Stardew Valley mob. Yeah, cease and desist.
Wasn't there C&D like AI generated too or something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, well, that was someone who was that was a guy, one of those people who was using fucking whatever it is to generate those Studio Ghibli style AI images. He claimed that he got an AI from Studio, or he got a C&D from Studio Ghibli, but people looked at it and determined that the C&D was itself AI generated, so he was just doing it to try to drum up sympathy.
Can't even. I can't even.
That's my lesbian title.
Ashley, do you have sparkles?
Yes, I do. It's one of the accessories you can buy.
Oh.
Actually, also has sparkles in the game.
That's also an accessory you can buy here. Yep.
That's the
It's
song.
right.
That's it. That's the tweet.
This game is missing a very important accessory, though. You can't buy a nice big old pair of donkers.
I beg your pardon?
Bodon Conquerors?
That's what you get the mods for.
That's also how.
I need the tail mod. I need thick tail.
Listen. When you mentioned the Bodon Conquerors and you mentioned getting the mods for it, I was like, oh, is that what they're calling HRT these days?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Possum, I can imagine you saying that. Just like, sparkling.
No, I press the body type button on my VR chat avatar, and then I have the Bahongalankers.
I am listening.
Then this other girl shows up, and she's got even bigger Bodon Conquerors.
That's Crystal.
Wait, that's a thing. Crystal, why don't you have, like, Mommy Nova Beast or something?
Wow. You can't just ask people that, Miller.
Wait, what?
I think I need to point you to some avatars.
What's wrong with the current one?
I mean, this.
Miller thinks your boobs aren't big enough. That's exactly what he said. That was his entire intent in saying that.
Wow.
I feel like it fits the frame pretty well, though.
Yeah, like, what do you...
Wow, Rick.
Are you wanting, like...
You said it, not me.
It's true, you did say it.
I mean, yes, but...
I didn't want to assume.
I mean, I'm curious, like, what you... I mean, what kind of... We talking, like triple E, quadruple G? I don't even know bra sizes.
We're talking Toriel.
Double J's.
Double J's.
That's a bra size. They're very big.
You know...
You okay over there, Stoker?
Like...
Oh, shoot. I did the wrong thing.
I've had, like, lady friends endeavor to explain to me...
shampoo! Sorry, go on.
Thank you. No, I've had, like, lady friends, like, explain, like, how bra size works, like, because I just don't get it. And they've walked me through it, and, like, it just falls out of my head. It just never... The information just does
unless
not
you're, like, buying bras for yourself, it's not information you are ever going to use, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. You could theoretically be buying one for someone else.
You would still need their measurements, is the thing. At which point,
Yeah, which is why
have their broad size, so...
I mean, if I needed somebody's measurements, I'd just be like, okay, write these down. Thanks.
You'd be like, okay, I need to read your measurements, and fair warning, I need to read them in Braille.
Yeah.
Okay, Glitch, here's the thing. You say that about it being the Trans Day of Visibility, but isn't what Miller asking for me to be more visible?
That is accurate,
Right,
to be fair.
That's valid.
I think the most important thing is that you want to be. So,
Oh, of course I do.
What's important today is that Crystal has a times 0% modifier on any stealth checks.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Visible.
I was about to say, this is the one day of the year when invisibility cloaks do not work.
I'll have you know that you are not the first person to make that joke to me today.
Would be surprised if I were the 70th.
Okay, it wasn't a Nova Beast. It was a Mama Protogen.
That is completely different.
I've seen the mommy and daddy protogens.
When the mommy and
I
daddy
mean, there's the
protogens
one that
love each
like
other
Boxer
very much.
always uses.
Oh, the cow, yes.
Oh.
Touch the cow. Do it now.
Do it now.
How now, brown cow?
Radlock? Sure, let's do rock block. Can't hurt.
Oh no!
Astolfo, do you purr? Feel like you would purr.
Totally purrs.
I think so. Yes.
Purrs like the Prince of Persia.
Astolfo will wiggle his paws sort of when he's happy.
Yes.
Yeah, he goes like meow and stuff. Oh, you do purr Astolfo. Okay. Well, I guess you are a little cat. I thought because you were, supposed to be a big cat, you wouldn't purr, but no, I guess you're just very small.
Big cats can purr.
Big cats
whoa,
can purr.
Whoa!
They can definitely purr.
Heard a cheetah purr, not in person, but
Person.
Yeah, no.
Hey.
Lions and
Hey.
tigers are capable of purring. The distinction between big cats and small cats is small
one
cats
is big
cannot
and the
roar.
other is small.
Well, no, cheetahs are fairly large, but they cannot roar, so they are not designated big cats.
Oh, it's roaring. That was it.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't know.
Cheetahs like.
I was
chirp
like, it was some
and
kind
make
of
all kinds other
vocalization that is
vocalizations.
the difference.
Somebody get Mark. Just go down to
Mark.
Brazil and get him.
Mark cannot roar. He is a cheetah, so.
Meanwhile,
Mark on the horn.
when I make Jonas noises, they're nothing like real, actual raccoon purring.
Hey,
Like,
phone.
not
Yeah,
even
tell
close.
me about it. I still have to deal with your relatives on my porch semi-regularly.
Are we sure that lions can purr? I don't think they can.
Put it to a vote.
I don't
Vote
think that's how
now
you
on your
decide that,
phones.
Jonas.
Yeah, well,
I thought we were
Cheetahs are the only
deliving.
big cat species that can purr.
Well, cheetahs aren't big cats, though. We just discussed this.
According to the random ass arbitrary definitions of man, the same people who decided, first of all, this little circle of standing rocks here, this is called Stonehenge. And then, whenever they found any other circle of standing rocks anywhere else, they were like, okay, the term for standing rock circles is henge now. All of these are henges. And then they redefined what the term henge meant in such a way that Stonehenge no longer qualifies as a henge. Okay?
Hey,
Yes,
got another
okay.
golden manta ray.
Nice. Yes, you have. I haven't
Okay,
caught
the
one yet.
Carnegie Museum of Natural History says big cats, lions, tigers, leopards, jaguars can roar, but they cannot purr.
I am almost positive that tigers can purr.
Yeah, I was under the impression that the defining characteristic between whether or not a cat is a big cat or not is whether or not it has the, whatever it's called, hyoid apparatus in their throat that allows them to roar. And by having that, they can't purr. It's a
See-
mutually exclusive thing.
See,
Everything
for
the internet
me-
is telling me is that tigers cannot purr.
For me, the defining
You told me I was
characteristic of
fool.
a big cat.
You tried to tell me I was wrong.
For me,
Sophie's telling
the
us
way
a
you
joke.
determine whether or not it's a big cat is whether it's big or not.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
That is not the definition for a big cat.
Then they're wrong.
Well, then the definition is wrong.
Big means is size related. You know,
There, yes, see?
just like Astolfo.
Yes, I'm saying the same thing about the hyoid bone. The hyoid bone is basically the equivalent of an Adam's apple in humans.
Oh.
Big
See, the
cats
real-
have them. It allows them to roar. Small cats do not have them. It allows them to purr.
see, the real question, Rick, is do androids purr?
If they want.
Cool.
I assume they can, whatever sound they want to emit from their speakers, they can do.
Now, is this before or after they're dreaming of electric sheep?
It's a fair question.
Like, we do know they sleep. Or
Million
some
just
approximation
downloads.
of it.
Million downloads like a stock purring noise. And just opens her mouth and emits it. There, you're happy.
Yes, I actually
I mean,
would
yeah,
be
she
happy.
could.
Turn up your avatar volume.
I would be
I feel
extremely
like she would at
happy.
least pay for a license. For like a sample of cat noises. So she's
You
not
wouldn't
always
Okay.
download
the
a
same one.
purr.
Okay, so question. So when they say that big cats can't purr, do they mean like they can't vocalize anything that sounds like a purr? Or is it like if they can make something that sounds like a purr, it's not classified as a purr?
I think that would depend on the definition of purr.
Yeah.
Purr versus growl, I guess, is what you're looking for there.
I know they can chuff, which is different.
All right. We need to
Okay,
find the
but
people.
can they murr?
Oh.
Is this like the whole Pluto as a planet thing, where like somebody
Pluto
like
is not a planet.
Yes, it's
Pluto
exactly
is not a
like
planet
Pluto
because
is-
it's not capable of clearing its own orbit.
Which is a completely arbitrary decision that they decided.
Everything is a completely arbitrary
Exactly.
decision.
Exactly.
If we want to go
define-
back to the original definition of planets, then the sun and moon are planets.
Yeah, here's the thing. If we define Pluto as a planet, there are over 70 other celestial bodies in our own solar system that also qualify as planets.
Oh,
Yes, so therefore we have 70 planets.
Is that bad?
Yes, I think going to 8 is better than going to 80.
I mean, is it like a tax bracket thing where like suddenly we have to like
Yes, we have to pay more taxes on more planets.
I don't know. I'd be
You have
stoked
to
to
now
see.
you have to spend 2 days to teach elementary kids all the planets instead of just like an hour. No, that's too much time.
Yeah, kids need less education.
Oh god. Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people are saying out there right now, aren't they?
How's everybody doing in the chat tonight?
Yeah, Silver Spotlight says every definition is an arbitrary definition, but if you don't pick a standard, you can't communicate the concept. That's
literally the
correct.
point of language.
Yes,
so.
names are always arbitrary. Names for things are always arbitrary. Not all measurements are, but when you're trying to name or categorize something, it is.
Measurements are arbitrary.
No.
Well-
Temperature like Kelvin is not arbitrary.
Sure it is. We decided what it was.
Well,
we did not decide what a 0 is on that. That is defined by
No,
the
but
universe.
we decided what the increment was.
We didn't
She's got you
decide
there,
what
Miller.
we didn't arbitrarily decide what C is. We know what that is from physical phenomena.
Yeah, like things like the planet.
That scale is entirely arbitrary, though. Is the thing.
I mean, that's based on our number system, so I'd say it's still arbitrary.
Well,
Reality is an illusion. The universe is a hologram. Bye, gold. Bye.
I'm trying not to be science.
Going from
semantic
0C to 1C and some percentage or some fraction of that has absolutely nothing to do with any arbitrary thing we've come up with.
Okay, but
Now, if you say it's a 300 million kilometers per hour, okay, then you're introducing kilometers which are arbitrary and hours which are arbitrary.
But
they aren't.
0C to 1C has an infinite range of temperatures between it.
C is the speed of light.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Celsius.
No.
No.
Celsius isn't arbitrary. Celsius is kind of arbitrary. It is related to water at 1 atmospheric pressure, which
is all our
really only
definition.
relevant to Earth. So, but things like Kelvin and the speed of light, those are relevant throughout the entire universe.
Yeah.
So
Kelvin
far
is
as
still
we
arbitrary
know.
because we had to choose the increment.
Well,
And speed of light is also arbitrary, I would say, because the speed of light changes depending on the medium it's going through as well.
No, well, C is the speed of light in a vacuum. That's what we mean when we're talking about the speed of light.
Sure, but then there's no way to actually put any real meaning behind that unless we ascribe some kind of
All measurements
definitional
are
parameters to it.
comparisons.
Basically, that's kind of
And
why,
all of
why
them-
they're arbitrary.
Yeah.
Because we don't say like
Favorite
300
one is when they
million
had
meters
to
per
update
second.
The official, mass of a gram in Britain or whatever.
And also, all of your puny human absolute standards and measurements and laws fall apart into chaos before the demon sultan Azathoth. So,
yeah, I thought you were gonna make like a Dracula joke, like
I was
Dracula's got this.
expecting Might of Zool.
Yeah. I was expecting like Dracula has a measurement called like the Dracula length or something like that.
The Dracula length. Yeah, no, listen, this stream isn't rated for me to be talking about his Dracula length.
All right.
I was trying to think if there's any other things that are like...
You want to know why they call me Vlad the Impaler?
Any other things that aren't... I mean, okay, so like, how long a second is arbitrary, but then the definition of a second is a certain number of jitters of a cesium atom.
Right.
Which is not... It's arbitrary that we chose that number of vibrations, but that amount of time for that many vibrations is a physical phenomena.
Yes, but that also changes, is the thing.
I am extremely tempted to poke Stink.
No, that's the whole point of atomic clocks, is how long those jitters take don't change.
I mean, they change so slowly that it basically doesn't make a difference within our lifetimes that it matters.
Yeah, the half-life is like longer than the age of the universe. So, like, it's not going to change.
Stink would have a lot to say.
Yeah, I wanna poke Stink and see if they're like available right now.
I'm trying to think if Planck lengths and Planck measurements are natural phenomenon.
Planck.
They are
very funny about that.
Technically, yes, because they are definitionally the smallest possible length in which anything can physically happen according to the laws of physics as we know them.
Yes.
Yeah, you could go start looking up the table of like universal physical constants or whatever.
Although it is one of those things where it's like, we're only mostly sure this is the case. It might be...
I mean...
It might be a case that we just can't measure anything.
The gravitational constant is one that I keep looking at, and I'm just like, there's something here. That there should not just be a magic number that decides all this stuff. This has got to be something with the gravitational constant. This is me like putting on a tinfoil physics hat. Something with the gravitational constant is going to be the fucking thing between macrophysics and quantum physics. I'm like, when we find a way to define the gravitational constant as a physical phenomenon rather than just the number that makes our equations work, then I think we might solve that problem.
Isn't it expressible as like... Can it be expressed as like a function or something like that?
I mean, yes, you can solve 4G, but you have to do that by basically looking at the amount of acceleration on some object and the mass of that object and comparing those. And then you find the number that makes your equation work.
Well, I mean, doesn't it still describe a general shape for space-time or something like that? I don't know.
Not the gravitational constant. If you're talking about space-time, you're
oh wait, that's
looking
Newtonian.
Yeah, that's Newtonian physics. That's macrophysics. If you're talking about space-time stuff, you're going to be looking at Higgs bosons and quantum mechanics.
Right.
Ashley, how dare?
That was me and Ashley.
What did Ashley do?
I shuffled the couch and swapped with Ray.
Aww.
Yeah, there's no way.
Me.
How did you do that, by the way?
I just
Did you just get so lucky and it's amazing that it happened like that?
Yeah, basically.
Or maybe I did the thing that Ray was saying. And I made somebody from this call shuffles the couch they're always put at the front.
Yeah.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
4 times and it didn't work.
So way to know.
Apparently we do know, because Ray just told us.
Maybe Ray's the exception.
Maybe Ray's the only one that doesn't work
Yes.
for.
Wow, that's
the only way to
specifically
check is
blacklisted Ray.
And Ray's the one that cares the most.
Yep, Ray asked for it, and so I decided to do it, except it doesn't work for him. That was his monkey's paw.
It's horrible.
The comment in the code is "Get frickied, Ray."
Get frickied.
Yeah.
Does this work? Oh, it does work. Great. Who asked for the roll command anyway? Is that Jonas?
I believe it was Jonas.
I don't know. I just thought, we should be able to.
People were using it a bunch during the stream yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, hey, Chad! I found my my D&D dice, like my physical ones.
Really? Have we seen them?
Take a look at off
Yeah,
topic.
they're the black and white
Okay.
ones.
Yeah.
Oh, those. Yes.
Simple
They're-
but very pretty.
I got. Good.
Chat, you will appreciate. I did try to think of a way to make it roll fractional dice because I thought that was funny, but I couldn't find a way to make it process the string argument correctly to make that work. I was like, I want to roll a pie-sided dice.
How do you get results from? I mean, how do you have a fraction of a result?
You
You
don't.
don't.
You
Okay.
know,
That's why it couldn't process it.
well, it's because I'm using regular expressions and they don't like decimals that much. No, the way you would process something like that is you literally just you get a random float between 1 and whatever number it is. So if you roll a pie-sided die, your answer could be 2.156089321, infinitely going on.
It's not really a pie-sided die, then, is it?
No,
Hey.
it's kind
It's
of
an infinite-sided die.
That's also the thing, is I was trying to think of how to do that. I'm like, God, there's not really a way to do that. You would have to be like, okay,
I
it's
stand
1, 2,
under your
3,
localized
or
cloud.
pi.
Does that make it rain for me? It does.
It should.
Cool.
It's raining?
I have the shower lure, which every time I make a successful catch, there's a possibility that I spawn
I'm on
a
my
tiny
way.
localized rainstorm above me.
Nice.
Am I right?
And the first thing I caught was a coelacanth, which can only be caught during a rainstorm. So
Where
yay.
are you?
I'm on the docks at the ocean.
Okay.
I don't know how long this lasts, so... Last time I played this, it was not very long.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
already over.
That's like 30 seconds.
I came out of my hidey hole just for this.
I mean,
Coming out of my hole, and I'm doing just fine.
I can always conjure another one, so it's just random.
I should have just come out at the flag, honestly.
Listen,
So the real strategy here is for all of us to use that and all stand on top of each other. So it
Basically.
should just continually have one going.
I like my golden lure. Thank you very much.
So
I
I
also
actually
like my shiny lure.
So you're
I looked
not a
this
team
up.
player. Okay.
I looked
No,
this up.
I'm not.
The golden lure does not actually improve your chances of catching rare fish over the shiny lure, except for the golden manta ray and the golden bass.
Really?
Yes, and the
Time to
difference
put
for
back on the shiny
those
lure.
the difference for those two is only like 0.03%.
Oh, I'm putting the sparkling lure back on.
Okay, then.
I spent some time looking for some pretty dice. The best place I could find was Amazon, weirdly, but they're really cool looking. They're like marbles where they have stuff on the inside.
Nice.
I really like them a lot.
Ty,
To
did you
show
look at the
you.
place that I told you I got mine from?
I
Oh,
need
I
to
don't
show you
remember.
some dice that I have found on Etsy because they've got
There
some
are some
real
nice
pretty
things on
ones.
Etsy. There are.
Etsy always has
I'm
something
curious.
interesting.
I'm surprised you're calling them dice, Stoker, and not bones.
I mean,
They're only called that as like a nickname because they used to be made out of bones in situations.
Yeah, you got to roll.
yes,
Knuckle
used to be.
You'd make them out of
yes.
ivory or other bones.
Damn.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not human bones. Yes.
Stoker.
No, I'm pretty sure we are specifically talking about human bones.
Yeah, knuckle bones.
Stoker,
No, I
don't
figured baby teeth.
don't devour the living.
No. No, the baby
Listen,
teeth is what you
listen.
use to play your mini backgammon.
Listen, man. You call it necromancy. I call it recycling.
Bats, gambit.
Yeah.
I do want to play a necromancer at some point.
You want to go?
Well, Pathfinder 2e is coming out with a bespoke necromancer class.
It's not out yet. Ah!
It will be soon.
Okay,
I think it's
that's
coming
not
out. It's coming out in like a couple months.
that brings up an interesting question. Does necromancer class allow you to turn your friend, like if somebody dies in combat, can you res them as a zombie?
Yes.
Wow.
That is one of the feats for the class. If a creature dies within a certain range of you, I think it's 60 feet or something, you can use an action to temporarily turn them into one of your thralls.
Crazy.
So you can use it on your friends and your enemies.
Yes.
And your frenemies.
Can you revive them while they're standing up already? Little
You've got
disorienting.
a friend in me.
Yeah.
You've got a friend in me. All right.
Well, see, here's the thing about
Red inside.
dying. It's difficult to revive your companions in the middle of combat. There are certain spells like Breath of Life that are for that, but
I see.
Actually,
But turning them into a temporary meat puppet, on the other hand.
Oh, that's easy.
Ash, would you have let one of us actually kick the bucket in the game?
yes.
I kind
not
of got
Aloe.
that feeling.
But not Aloysius, right?
That's just like, you have no plot armor here.
But not Aloysius,
You can
right?
die. You will die.
Possibly Aloysius. Again, that is entirely up to the dice. That said, if any of you die, I will afford you opportunities for revival.
I'm assuming there's going to be a cost with it, though.
There's usually a cost associated with that kind of thing.
Oh, man.
Previously,
5,000 GP, a diamond, and something else.
Previously, I would have had my players in such situations run an errand for a high-ranking cleric official of the church to perform this ritual for them, because it is an expensive ritual.
We're gonna have to go sand diving.
You can't just walk into the local church and be like, 500 gold. There you go.
When I played with Christian and his friends back in the day, he never wanted to actually kill anybody because we were like volatile 14-year-olds. You were probably not gone well.
Yeah, no.
You would have probably just eaten him on the spot.
Fox the Other says they played D&D today, and they did die. They rolled really bad.
No, Volus, you died?
Yeah. Here's the thing. I am content to let the dice tell the story they wish to tell. Right. That said, I'm not so heartless as to make you forego a character you have become attached to.
That's kind of just part of how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, if you die and you want to continue playing that character, there are options for revival. Those exist in the canon, abilities. Just...
Okay, one of the things I saw on, I think Stack Overflow, maybe one of those sites, was talking about how you deal with things like total party wipes, and one of the DMs was like, yeah, sometimes I'll just have them all wake up captured and then have to deal with that. They didn't actually die, they were...
Yeah, that's
sometimes you can get away with that. Depending
on the situation, that is a very easy way to deal with a total party wipe. Just whoever you're fighting didn't actually kill you, they stabilized you after combat or what have you.
Yeah, I've had that happen in sessions before. Actually, my first ever table handled it that way because we got a very early TPK.
I think,
and our DM was like, "No, this is too early for y'all to actually be dying."
Funny story. My quickest TPK as a player, I was not the GM in this game, but as a player, was in the first session.
Yeah, I've had that.
My very first tabletop game was in middle school, playing with two friends. I remember very specifically, we made our characters sat down. Our characters started out in a forest. We walked over to a river. This is within seconds. Apparently, there was an alligator in the river. First attack, it surprised us, tore someone's arm off, and we just quit. We were like, we're done. That was it. It was a weird vibe.
Can't say as I blame you.
Yeah. It's funny because I remember coming away from it feeling really weird about tabletop games in general, and I learned years later that the friend who had lost his character's arm was like, man, it was such a cool memory. So I went back and got, he like played a ton of tabletop games after that. I didn't know he felt that way. It was weird.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's raining by the lake.
Yeah, I could hear it in Rick's stream.
It's raining in the lake.
It's just raining in the lake.
Day for fishing.
Silver Spotlight says, "Ash strikes me as the I'm not out to kill you, but I won't save you from yourself either kind of GM." That is pretty accurate, Silver. Like, if my players want to do things that are like bound to get them killed, I'm like, yeah, sure, have fun.
We'll get hero points though.
Like, Felgar trying to pick a fight with every single NPC she runs across.
Or chase them and make out with them.
One or the other.
Sure, eat the mushroom without doing any kind of check on it.
I did that to one of my players once. They were in the first world, the Pathfinder equivalent of the Feywild from D&D, and they found some mushrooms, and they're like, "Hey, these look good." And picked them, like, "Yeah, sure, let's do that."
Here says I'd make out with Felgar. I mean,
Look, we'd all make out with
I
Felgar.
wouldn't do that. I'm just saying I wouldn't want to fight her in hand-to-hand combat if I were a bartender.
Like, have you seen this new episode of Futurama?
The most beautiful women of Amazonia.
I conjured a rain
Then
cloud.
the small, petite women. Then the large women again.
Oops.
The flesh is willing. No, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised. That was more Patrick Warburton than Zap Brannigan.
Fry said that line, didn't he?
No, I think that was Zap, actually.
It was Zap.
Yeah, that was a Zap Brannigan line.
Yeah, I remember it very, very well. It was funny as hell.
No.
Yeah, I can't see Fry making a Bible quote.
It's a little bit odd for Zap to be making a Bible quote, too, though, or if we're really being honest. Well,
actually,
okay, you got me there.
The Bible's like a 2,000-year-old book for us. For him, it's a 3,000-year-old book. That's not that different.
Also, he would pick up pickup lines for the Bible.
Good night, little cat.
Good night, Astolfo.
Astolfo.
Good night, kitten.
I mean, I guess we have established that there's a space pope, so...
The space pope.
The space pope.
I mean, what's the one...
Turtle?
It was a lizard.
It was a wizard.
Stoker, what's the one sexy book of the Bible, like Song of
Jonas. Jonas.
One.
You were raised Jewish. That's also part of your Bible.
I don't think you can pay attention to all that stuff.
Why do you
Nobody
have to ask
cares
me?
about the
It's
Bible.
in yours too.
Also, bear in mind that I was like I was a kid when I was in Hebrew school, and they didn't exactly okay, now we're gonna go over the sexy book. I mean,
apparently it was the Song of Solomon.
Song of Solomon.
Yeah,
Okay.
Song of Solomon, also known as Song of Songs.
Right.
Is that the one that has the line that's like their emissions or like
No, that's.
or
I'm
whatever?
pretty sure that one's in. That's Isaiah or Ezekiel. I forget which one.
I like how Rick immediately chimes in on that.
Like, no.
Look,
you do not get
I sat
wrong.
in Bible class every week for like an hour.
I'm sorry.
Ezekiel
I legitimately am.
23:20. She lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose ambition was like that of horses.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't blame
Safe for
her,
Twitch because
honestly.
it's in the Bible.
Yes.
Oh, Lord's on cooldown. Damn.
So,
Jonas.
There we go.
Jonas.
All right.
his name was Jonas. He was a showgirl.
Jonas, were you a showgirl?
Yes.
Nice.
That's what all the ladies
he was the star of the movie Showgirls.
Oh God, I saw that in theaters.
You saw that when it was in the theater?
Okay. I didn't. Okay, bear in mind that this is long before Rotten Tomatoes and like Wikipedia and having any idea of like how a movie might. I mean, like.
You'd have to seek out a review in a newspaper.
Yeah.
Jonas, the word of mouth about that movie is the only thing known to physics that is faster than light.
Okay, like, yeah, I didn't know, and I thought, ooh, sexy movie. I'm old enough to watch those now.
I mean, fair. I mean, it was a huge hit on VHS for exactly that reason.
But yeah, like, okay, and yes, I could have read a paper review, but like the local film critic Kenneth Turan is a horrible human being who hates like all of humanity, and he hates Roger Rabbit.
I felt that way about the local critic when I lived in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I didn't know you ever lived in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. For high school.
I knew that.
But yeah, Kenneth Turan, like, okay. I remember he wrote a review of Titanic, and again, I was sort of meh about Titanic. I was kind of neutral about it, but I didn't hate it. Kenneth Turan's article about Titanic, which was this big article, ended with, "So, can we impeach James Cameron?" Like that's the kind of shit they would say. So I generally avoided the paper reviews.
This is the part where I reveal that I'm acting all horrified by the fact that you saw Showgirls during its original theatrical run, and now I reveal that I have a multi-disc 4K UHD box set of it with hours of special features.
Stoker. Oh my God.
Yeah, that sounds like something you would have. It also sounds like something Boxer would have. He's fond of terrible movies.
I mean,
that's not what I thought you were going to say.
I honestly thought like, oh, it's going to be this really like awesome, sexy movie, but no.
No, it's legitimately among the worst movies I've ever seen, and I've seen it like 5 times.
I'd already seen RoboCop, and I thought, okay, he's a decent director, or at least he's a director who doesn't flinch away from whatever. But
it's true, he doesn't flinch away from whatever.
No, he
really
doesn't.
Movie is definitely a lot of whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
Shit.
Yeah. Chat.
See, one of the things I find fascinating about it is that, most of like the legendary bad movies, things like Plan 9 from Outer Space or The Room or anything, or Birdemic, most of these come from like well-meaning amateurs who have no money and no experience and just don't know what they're doing. But that's not the case for Showgirls.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was money involved in this. There were a lot of professionals involved in this.
What was it like? What theater? Not theater. What studio was it? Was it?
Shit.
Was it like Screen Gems or something like that? Or?
Well, that would be doubly ironic, now wouldn't it? I don't remember.
It was Carolco.
Oh, Boxer hasn't seen Showgirls. Okay, so first thing I need to tell you, Boxer, is that there's a lot of nudity in this movie.
No.
Gasp.
Really?
Second thing I need to tell you is that, unfortunately, there are other things in this movie.
That's true.
It's one of those bad movies that, unfortunately, I can't even recommend wholeheartedly to people who like bad movies. Specifically because, while most of it is ridiculous, glorious, trashy camp, there is this one, like, extremely unnecessary, sharp right turn, potentially triggering plot moment that comes the fuck out of nowhere. And as a result, I can't recommend this to just anybody.
Yeah. Ooh, hoodies.
Is anybody near the waterfall closest to the ocean?
No.
Oh.
And then we're all standing on the pier.
Yeah.
I'm actually-
Okay, because I have
actually at the
accidentally found a glitch spot. I don't know.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I'm like standing. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's two of us.
Okay. What the hell's that? Wow, the straight title is $10,000.
I'm coming.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yeah, because they know better.
That's hilarious.
Hi, Rick.
I'm
Overall-
watching Rick's stream. It's just
Yeah.
Crystal's doing a thing.
Okay.
Okay. That's as far as you can walk into the waterfall.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least that waterfall.
Water fly.
Usually it doesn't, but I mean,
In this economy?
localized entirely within your kitchen.
Looking for the spooky ghost bones? Asks Silver, and my answer is always.
Yeah, you can find 5 spooky ghost bones and turn them in for a spooky ghost fishing pole.
I am gonna end up getting this game, aren't I?
It's so much fun. Like, okay,
It's very fun, honestly. It's
feel like-
extremely simple, but
Pretty
Yeah.
chill.
I feel like this is like the perfect thing when
Okay,
we need
so-
something that's like, not life or death. And we all just want to pop.
So,
the
having learned about the golden hook, I want to know about the gilded worm.
okay, so the gilded worm has the Nautilus has a 3% chance of catching an alpha. The gilded worm has like a 20% chance of catching an alpha.
Okay, so that's
hey, I
definitely
have one
worth it.
for
That one in particular gives you a significant increase.
Okay. Time to gilded worm.
Same.
Guild that worm.
Kill that worm. All right.
Not on stream. We'll do it later, Jonas, I promise.
Whoa.
Well, hey. Eyebrow waggle. Stoker gestures.
Poker gestures.
I don't know.
We're just in
Stoker.
VR and we're like, hey, are you thinking about Stoker? Yeah, I am. And then we sorry.
Oh, Stoker, you need to try out the webcam emoji
VR thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, VR chat now has the ability to like partially track you via webcam.
Yeah, but isn't that only available with a paid account?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes? I didn't
Yeah.
know.
You need
Yes,
plus.
but pay for
Ah.
plus because VR chat is like absolutely worth it.
How are you
Yeah,
asking
yeah.
a desktop user to pay for it? That's weird.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because
I mean,
VR chat is worth supporting.
I mean, yeah,
That's true.
they're a little. I mean, sure, they're out to make a buck, but I mean, it's worth it,
They
right?
got to. All I
Well,
mean
here's
is
the
like,
thing: if they
I'm
don't
out to
make
make
a
a
buck,
buck.
they go under, and then we don't have VR chat.
well, yeah. All I
Yeah.
really mean is like, people.
This
the
is
game
not
for-
putting money in greedy corporations' pockets.
Yes.
This is keeping our lovely worlds alive.
Well, all I mean is desktop users are not going to freaking support this game. That's
Right.
you know what I mean. It's the people with the headsets.
But now they have
Oh,
a
yeah.
reason to, is the
I
thing.
suppose. I
Right.
suppose.
Oh, Ty, that
like-
reminds me. I need to tell
So-
you about something later.
Eh.
Aren't like
Well-
half of. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll put it this way. If I think I have a webcam somewhere. If I find it, then I will consider the VR Plus to try it out.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
Grouper.
Then you can flap your arms like a bat in real life. And...
I hardly know her.
Hey,
You can stop your little bat.
Yeah, I mean, you can sort of
You-
approximately.
Crawl around on the floor like that.
Yeah.
That crawl.
Oh, that was so much fun.
I wish I had a recording of that.
It's on the VOD. Well, he's
Yeah,
kind of off screen a little, but
There was
Anarchy.
There was there's also that, and there's like, it was Christmas, or either Christmas or Halloween, where like Stoker was kind of crab walking around Mouse West. I think it must have been Halloween.
Yeah.
And it was the Castlevania Dracula, and it was so cursed.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was
Good times.
before he turned into Boy Kisser and started playing the
That's right.
little
Yeah.
jukebox.
Good times.
Wait, so Ashley, the Gilded Worm doesn't actually add an extra level of rarity as an option? It just
No, it
makes
just
even more
increases
likely?
it increases the chance of you catching an alpha.
That's fair, I guess. I want more though. Like, give me more crazy shit in this game.
Give me more.
That's understandable, but
This game needs boss fights.
This game.
You know what? Make fishing games with boss fights. Cowards.
Yeah.
Do it.
Where you all
Excuse
have
me,
to,
if
like-
it's
Yes,
if it's
ma'am.
a fishing game, wouldn't it be called a bass fight?
No, because it doesn't have to be a bass.
it can be a giant enemy crab.
You know what? This is why Another Crab's Treasure is Game of the Year every year.
You know, there was supposed to be a boss crab in
Ah, yes.
Satisfactory.
Dark Souls crabs.
There was
Crab
supposed to be
souls.
crabs. Crabs don't have souls.
Boss
There was
fight in
supposed to be-
Satisfactory.
There was supposed to be a giant boss crab fight in Satisfactory, but they, for whatever reason, they decided to take it out.
That's because they're cowards.
Well,
Well, tell us
Okay.
how you really feel.
I guess Ray's taking no prisoners tonight.
I say we should have a boss fight with a Leopleurodon.
A magical Leopleurodon.
Of course.
Love you guys.
Detective Heart of America, answer the phone. All right.
I'm just a stupid bear.
God.
Yeah, it's like, can we put them all in the penalty box?
I can't believe the first internet memes are 5,000 years old now.
Oh, when you're done looking for some cheering up, then just head right on up to the Candy Mountain Cave.
Wow. Well done.
Can you
I am
believe?
the millipede.
Can you believe that a kid who was born in 25 is 2000 now?
I can. That poor Pompeii child.
Poor puppet. Miller, too soon. You know, they uncovered that one perfectly preserved fast food place called like the Thermopolis or something like that in Pompeii, and the frescoes. The frescoes are always gonna like bug me because they have like roosters and pigs and like also dogs, and I'm like, okay, are those the menu options?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, dog
Is it cool,
is a
Jonas?
perfectly
Is it-
valid meat source in a lot of countries.
Yeah.
And you know the best part, if you can't finish it all at the restaurant.
Oh no, Stoker,
No,
no.
like,
I'm pretty
No,
sure
will
I saw.
actively kick you.
I'm pretty sure I saw something that
Doggy bag?
suggested that is not
Nice,
the purpose of that
Crystal.
fresco.
I'm pretty sure that's
Oh,
what
you think
Stoker's
so?
joke was.
Yes,
There
it
have
was.
been some weird changes with food selections in the 20th century. We decided that dogs and horses are no longer acceptable to eat, and we decided that lobsters are. When for many, many hundreds or even thousands
Peasant
of years,
food.
yeah, lobsters are peasant food. They were
Oh.
disgusting water insects.
You know what I learned just this morning on that note? During World War II, when they were sending all the beef to the front line, there were restaurants serving horse burgers.
Yeah.
they'd bring
Yeah.
up all the beef to the front lines, and they'd hand them, and they'd tell everybody, "It's what's for dinner."
Yeah.
Bring all the beef to the front line, give them a helmet and a gun, and tell them to charge.
Oh my gosh.
That's how that works.
Seriously, Ty, how did all your stats get reset? I'm so confused.
I don't know. I just installed the
I
game
assume
again, and I had no save files. Yeah.
Yeah, I assume he just lost a save file.
Artemis, it's Tyrone, not Tyrone.
I like it when people do that, though. It can be Tyrone.
Just like to Lori, you're Tyroe.
Yeah. The best one is
Tyrone. That's
fucking
Tyroy,
Xerox.
but he's wearing like a spiked leather collar.
Yeah.
Which one's the best?
Xerox calls me Tyrie, and I really like that one a lot.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like an old Latin thing, like a Kyrie, but a Tyrie.
Isn't Kyrie Greek? Yeah, anyway. I'm a nerd. That.
Hang on, what's an atelier?
No, atelier is French.
Oh, that's just workshop in French. Okay.
That's French.
I remember somebody. Sorry,
Oh no, I was laughing at Stoker.
I was speaking Latin on one stream, and like somebody was like, I remember somebody was like, Jonah speaking Latin is a weird vibe.
I mean, to be
Anyone
fair,
speaking Latin is a weird vibe, to be fair.
Oh god. Wait, Jonas, do you like...
Requiem. Yeah! Yes!
Bap.
Now I'm worried that Jonas and Rick are just gonna start speaking in tongues.
I can't speak it fluently, but well, I mean, I can sort of understand it. I mean, it's not really that different from, most Romance languages.
Well, that's
Like
because
the
Romance
derivative of all
languages are
Romance
And I know how to pronounce it. Like, I know how to pronounce it like classical, like actual, like Roman style.
As opposed to...
Ecclesiastical style.
Yeah, where it's more like Italian. But nope, in this house it's hard
where
to
they read the Bible and they talk about Jesus.
Well, like
Jesus Christ.
people say, Veni Vidi Vici. It would have been more like Wendy Witty Wiki.
Yeah, Wendy
Right.
Witty Wikipedia.
Thank you. Yes.
Wait, would it be wiki or would it be witchy?
No.
Wiki.
No. Wiki. Yeah.
Okay.
And classical C is hard.
Yep.
Always hard.
Okay.
You know what else is? No,
Like
I shouldn't
me.
say it.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
was
got
going
me.
to say it one way or another, Stoker. You might as well have just gone for it.
Mhm.
There's also a weird situation I remember, because we sang a ton of songs in Latin in choir. There are certain words I remember where like the H in it is pronounced as a K.
Really?
Yeah, like there's a word M-I-H-I. I specifically remember this. And
Call it Miki?
it was
Mi-
Oh,
Miki.
Mickey, you're so
Uh,
fine.
No, that in Latin class,
Means-
that's pronounced mihi.
Yeah, that means mine, right?
Yeah.
My
Probably.
Yeah.
I assume that your choir teacher just did not know what they were talking about.
Well, I mean, it
don't
might be a
wa-
choir
I don't
thing.
think that's a fair assumption. Why would
Because
that be a choir
singing an H is kind of hard.
Mm.
thing? That's never really a
Depends.
problem.
Yeah, I guess.
Like the thing is,
Somebody
sometimes if you really want to put some extra oomph into the start of a word that starts with a vowel, you just add an H to it. So it's
That's
like-
actually a really bad habit to get into.
Someone
in
caught a
singing.
whale.
I did.
It's a bad habit, yes, but it's still something you can do.
It makes me think of holla. It's kind of like
Holla.
a K.
Holla.
Challah?
Yeah.
Holla.
You have to
Holla.
when you say it.
Can I have some challah on this Sabbath?
Ain't no
Ain't no holla back, girl.
Oh god, where's the Weird Al cover?
Oh god.
Oh god. I'll have to check. That may have
girl,
been.
and it's a bunch of Jewish puns and stuff.
Okay, he's already done one extremely Jewish punny song, and that one was pretty fly for a rabbi.
Yeah.
True.
God.
Which is honestly a really hilarious song that
It
needs more
is.
attention.
And all the goyim say I'm pretty fly for a rabbi.
So, have you ever... Actually, we've already talked about the paternoster elevator, haven't we? Never mind.
I don't know. You stopped yourself before you asked me.
Have you ever heard of the paternoster elevator?
Oh, right. That's that extremely unsafe kind of elevator thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I found out that it's also popular with the Jews on the Sabbath because it's it doesn't, you know, because it's like the oldest ones were like crank powered or something. It doesn't count as like doing work, I guess, or something like that. Like you don't have to push the button.
I mean, I don't
know.
I'm far be it for me to.
I'm reformed.
Like, it's not my place, but also like, no.
no. The thing about the paternoster elevators I love is like they're just. I mean, how the hell are these things not utter death traps? That's what like
they are.
Like,
that's why nobody uses them. It is almost midnight.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yes,
All right, let me
it
catch one
is.
more. I got one more worm. I want to try and get one more moment of glory.
Nope. Haha, I'm looking for a rain.
Come on, just give me one. Give me one.
Just don't pull a Jonas.
Okay, look.
Okay. Look.
All right.
I specifically told you not to pull a Jonas. Gosh.
Mine's seriously
I
not
like
coming
the
here.
Jonas.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes, but
joke's on
Jonas
you. The
was
first
Jonas.
person I looked at, they were going BRB. So I'm not going to pull a Jonas.
I mean, Slush is going. You could always just do a Slush.
That's true.
You're not going to pull a Jonas.
Oh.
No, like I said, we'll do that later.
Oh.
Eyebrow waggle. Eyebrow waggle.
So good,
Eyebrow waggle.
I'm looking at the stream. It's another like ensemble cast one.
Really?
And one of the people who's currently in the call is a talking trans flag.
That's amazing.
It is invisibility.
All right. Let me get to a. Let
For
me.
2 more minutes.
Yeah. Let me sell off my crap, and then we can call it.
Remember, everyone, we are now beginning April Fool's Day, so don't believe a goddamn thing you see tomorrow.
On that note, I'm pregnant.
I'm not even going to be on
It's
the
not
internet that
April.
much tomorrow.
Jonas is like, I'm
Yet,
kidding.
Jonas.
Jonas is like, I'm pregnant, and Jonas is the father.
No, we all know Sink is the father.
All right. Look.
Hi, pregnant. I'm Ray.
You're gonna get on your plane tomorrow, Rick, and they're gonna be like, "I forgot how to fly." Oh ho 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 ho.
And I'm pizza.
Oh my.
GC is pizza. Let it be said.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
All right.
Yeah.
I am.
All right.
Do we have a target?
Remember, chat,
Energizer.
we are not going to be streaming for a couple of weeks while Rick does a
Contour.
Yeah, everyone give Rick a good vibes for a safe trip, and also that he doesn't get too dizzy since he's going to be on his head upside down the entire time.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
true.
that's what happens in Australia.
Yeah, it's
What happens?
All right.
The law.
Maybe we can convince Stoker to actually do more streams. while
We
Rick
just
is
gotta
gone.
hope and pray Rick doesn't go
yeah, that's
natural while he's
true.
there. He does actually come back.
I still
Stay
I
away
still
from any
owe
waves.
y'all that clock tower stream I keep talking about.
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you know what? Maybe I'll start that this week.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody.
See you in a couple weeks, chat.
Bye bye.
Well,